Backcountry Tactical itself derives its name from the founding fathers and from prior SF teammates who have fallen in combat or been status of like legends, so to speak. So the name Backcountry Tactical itself derives from the fact that the founding fathers themselves were the underdogs. They were the bad company of their time, facing the most powerful military in the world, and succeeded in regaining their independence. So we want to give homage to them, to the founding fathers, and again to fallen SF brethren. So that being in mind, you now understand where we derive our name from and where we derive the name from our equipment to honor those fallen brothers and sisters who've came before us. Again, the first system we're talking about is the R2S. This is the base plate itself. This is the standard base plate, and this is our new Slim. Both are the exact same in mounting as far as the parts, hole placement, all the hardware is exactly the same. What we've done is we've shaved off excess amounts of material to lighten it and narrow it down, make it a little more adaptable to MOLLE for side-by-side use where there's no grinding or collisions. The base plate works simply. You have a removable level 2 locking mechanism that goes inside of it, and it interacts with one of our dovetail designs. The first we'll discuss is the pistol adapter. The pistol adapter itself was designed to negate the need for any basic carry, overt or tactical carry for pistols. Now what's nice about this system is the fact that you have an adjustable recoil lug here. The recoil lug can be set in 3 different positions. You just adjust it where you need to set it. A thing to note, never over tighten these screws on the recoil lug as they can shear because of their small size and diameter. So just get a simple little tighten it down until you feel it snug and it's set. In terms of a USP or P2000 from HK, simply remove the recoil lug and it still clamps on. Even the compact models will clamp on right onto it. And this allows you to still have a Picatinny Milstead Picatinny rail on the bottom of the pistol. So even when you mount this to a pistol, you're never foregoing the need for your rail system because you're given a rail system here. One of the other great things about the system is that it can be set for left or right-handed use. In this configuration you'll see here, it is in right-handed configuration. To adjust the left-handed configuration, simply pop these 2 screws, rotate this dovetail 180 degrees, so the dovetail is pointing towards me at the moment, and then you just rotate the entire unit. That'll put it on the left-hand side with the dovetail facing forward and the locking block still on the opposite side for takedown. This ensures that you can run it right or left-handed. So with that being said, we've now shown you that the R2S pistol rail adapter is adaptable to any pistol with a rail or any pistol with a clip-on rail by virtue of its clamping mechanism and its adjustable or removable recoil lug, and the fact that you can adjust it left or right-handed. We also have soon coming out a bolt-on secondary rail that goes here, so you can run 2 Picatinny rails, and soon coming also will be a bolt-on non-reciprocating optical rail that mounts on the outside of the lockdown lever here and between the dovetail and the rail adapter here. So you have a non-reciprocating optical rail. So the pistol can now have up to 3 rails based on mission requirements. And that's the rail adapter. As you can see, this is the appearance it gives when mounted to the gun. Another nice feature on this is in fact just a stage gun or a show gun. This isn't an actual functioning weapon, so I can't clear this because it doesn't fire anything. One of the things you'll notice is where the dovetail sits on the firearm. This is by design. This one gives clearance for it to lock and interface into the base plate and be removed. It gives it strength and rigidity, but thirdly, an added surprise was the fact that because this owns the front half of the frame, your right hand or whatever your primary hand is going to be, left or right, for in this instance my right hand is the primary hand controlling the firearm, my support hand can now bite in, lock on, and drive the gun faster and smoother with the recoil because my left hand is now controlling via my thumb the front half of the frame. Competition shooters will tap and drill their guns and do this in order to control the gun by virtue of what they call a gas pedal. This does the exact same thing but does it to an existing gun without modification, and obviously does not affect holstering in any way. So now you've seen the pistol rail adapter on the R2S with the R2S base plate. Next thing we'll discuss is the actual base plate itself. The base plate itself is made from one-piece machine Delrin. Downline is an industrial composite used for everything from night vision goggles to what you see here to industrial cogs and gears, virtually anything. It is a non-corrosive, UV-resistant polymer. It's industrial grade, so outside of your traditional polymers or plastics, this is designed for the worst case scenarios. It's very strong, it's resilient. Based on my usage in Afghanistan with it, it has more than exceeded expectations in durability and time. The entire system itself can be cleaned. Simply flip the R2S base plate over. There are 5 screws. These 5 screws can be removed and gives you full access to the interior of the R2S base plate. Once inside, remove the plunger, remove the spring, and the locking mechanism. If you want to make it a non-locking base plate, simply put the back plate back on without the locking mechanism inside of it, screw it back in place, and it's now a non-locking base plate. So if you're running a rifle variant, like you'd have up here, you can now maintain that rifle, you can holster it and withdraw the rifle quickly, and it won't affect your ability to get the rifle back out. So we'll continue on with the rifle with the base plate in its locked configuration. So the base plate itself can be ran with MOLLE using both Blade Tech or Tactical Tailor malice clips. For here, we're just showing you with the malice clip. The hole pattern on the back of this is by design also. Each one of these brass inserts is designed to allow you to run the clips vertically, angled, or horizontally, either direction. So the base plate itself, in virtue, is a completely ambidextrous system, as is the rail adapter. So you just need to adjust it to what fits your needs. If you do not want to run the base plate with direct MOLLE and you want to mount it on your belt, recessed, or at a height, you can run it on what we call the mounting plate. This is an example of the mounting plate here. The mounting plate comes with 2 sets of belt loops, here and here. These belt loops have pucks. These pucks allow you to make it thicker or thinner based on the belt type. If you do not wish to use the belt loops, you can actually take these off, and the hole pattern will allow you to run malice or Blade Tech clips directly in the back of this as well. You unfortunately cannot run the belt loops directly on the base plate, but we do make a new mounting plate that pushes the base plate up at the same height as the top of the mounting plate. So you can run this high or low based on which mounting plate you wish to use. All of our Kydex is all precision AutoCAD designed and laser cut. Even the logos and markings are all laser engraved. As is with the hardware we use, it's all AutoCAD and CNC machined. As far as weight capacity, we have put over 500 pounds load weight directly into the R2S base plate, and up to 150 pounds so far we have tested on the pull weights on the level 2 locking mechanism that is right here inside of it, on just this little wedge. So we know for a fact this will support the weight of any user and of most equipment that we can think of by virtue of attachment. Some of the new adapters we're coming out with, you've already seen the universal. This is a side mount universal. This is meant for rifles, machine guns, submachine guns, or whatever you find a use for. It also attaches via Picatinny and has a 3-point adjustable recoil log gear, which can be removed, which I don't recommend, but is here for full adjustment. It simply attaches to the side of the rifle, as seen up here on this rifle. As you can see here, we have the R2S side mount, universal side mount right here. It attaches to the handguard of any weapon system or piece of equipment that runs Picatinny on the side. Some of the new adapters is the new R2S universal top mount. The top mount allows a user to attach this to the top rail of any rifle, machine gun, submachine gun, what have you, via the Picatinny. The grabbers are here. Simply just loosen the 2 screws, slide out the adapter, lock it on, clamp it back down, and this now sits on top of the rifle. The dovetail will sit either on the left or right hand side of the rifle based on which one you want to set it up for. It's reversible for left and right handed use. And this now can be put anywhere on the top rail of the rifle, which allows you to pick the focal point of that weight. So now you can set this to sit more over the magazine, more over the trigger, wherever you want this to sit on the top rail of the upper receiver of the rifle. And this will come also in an extended length. This is the standard length. The extended is about a ½ an inch longer, so you can pick and choose which one you need based on what kind of optics and mounting you're using for that optic. Another new type we're coming out with is the new R2S utility. The utility mounts come in two types. One's vertical, gated in the sides, as you can see, gated here and here. The other is the R2S utility horizontal, gated at the bottom of it, in a perpendicular setup both here and here. These are designed so that you can run heavy-duty zip ties or flex cuffs or even banding wire if you so desire, so that you can attach this to virtually any piece of equipment, tool, radio, sporting goods, whatever you can think up, these will attach to that. Now we know the load weight on the two screws that are used on the R2S utility horizontal are at a maximum 800 pounds apiece per screw. So your load capacity on this system is significant. Your attachment system most likely will snap long before this can. Again, when we did the load test on the R2S base plate, we used this particular model. This gave us a solid platform to mount off of. We put a metal bar across this, and myself and another man were bouncing up and down on it, trying to snap the system. We didn't even get it to flex, creak, make a noise, nothing. So, we gave up at 500 pounds. Oh, a secondary note. The brass inserts in the back of the R2S base plates, we quit trying to push these out with a press at 180 pounds apiece. We just basically gave up. They just weren't going to snap back out of it. So we do know that each one of these positions can hold up to 180 pounds, which is probably going to exceed the shear weight on most of the mounting screws that you could use on this. So both of these can be mounted to anything. I've particularly designed this in mind with military radios, police radios, and mechanical breaching tools in mind. The idea was I could attach this to a sledge, a hooligan, bolt cutters, quickie saw, Broco torch, whatever I needed to. In terms for the military, counter IED equipment, jammers, whatever we need to, litters, aid bags, oxygen bottles, for medical use, virtually whatever you can think of. This system can attach to backpacks, and you can simply just hang the equipment now and get it right back off. So in terms of vehicles, utilizing either a utility or universal, mounting the system inside the vehicles allows you to take that weapon or that device and simply retain it. So even in the vehicle, the weapon's not going anywhere. With the push of a button, it comes right back out. Or if need be, you can make it non-locking. So in terms of where to mount these, simply design whatever kind of mounting plate you want that the base plate attaches to. Because by virtue of the fact that these screws are fairly small, and while they'll hold a significant load, they don't offer a lot of mounting surface. So you attach this to a mounting plate. That mounting plate can be anything that you can think up, or if you want to contract us to set that up for you, we can also make you a mounting plate. That mounting plate can be set up for anything from vehicles, like cars, trucks, ATVs, UTVs, horse tackle, aircraft, snowmobiles. It's literally just up to your imagination on how to do that. The final R2S we're working with right now is meant for the XTS radio systems. All one has to do is take the battery off the back of the Motorola radio, remove the hinge belt clip, drop in our adapter, and this system now allows you to take your radio and lock it into our patented R2S system, ran locking or non-locking, and now you have a new system for this. On the production model, we're actually looking to push this dovetail down by about 2 to 3 inches, where this sits in the middle and gets rated a little bit higher. And that is the R2S lineup currently.